Hello, everyone. This is your coach Geeta Dubey, and I'm back again with another video. And welcome to my channel. So, today I'll be talking about personal statement and why that is so important, and what are the factors which you should consider while writing your own personal statement. It could be a personal statement or it could be a personal mission statement. So, we'll be talking about both. So, before I do that, please don't forget to press the bell icon and, of course, press the like button. And last but not the least, please do to subscribe to my channel. So, let's get started. So, the questions which we'll be addressing today: do you have a personal statement? And what does it mean? Also, what you were meant to do and achieve. So, do you have clarity of these questions or not? So, we'll be diving deep into that. So, first of all, let's try to understand what is a personal statement or a personal mission statement. Your personal mission statement is a powerful tool that helps you to understand your values, your passions, and your aspirations. It serves as a compass to guide your decisions and your actions. So it is that important. So everything which is internally happening with you, or the clarity you have on it, would drive your basically every action you take or every decision you make. So see how important it is. So get ready with the pen and the paper or a notepad. So how do you craft your personal mission statement? So it's important to know that just don't write anything about your personal mission statement. You need to have a better tools to how to craft your personal information and also make it into a mission statement. So take all these elements, your values, your passions, your strengths, and goals to craft your mission. So we'll talk each one of them in details. So let's talk about your values. First, take some time to reflect on your values and your principles. What truly matters to you in your life? So I'll take a pause and think about it if you're doing it with me right now, that what really truly matters to you in your life. What you stand for, like what values you have and you take a stand on them. Write down your thoughts and your beliefs. So now we'll try to explain in details more relative terms, like for instance, personal values and types of values, correct? So personal and cultural. So you must understand the differences between these two when you're writing your personal mission statement. So the personal values influence your behaviors, relationships, and everyday life. Without normative personal values, there would not be any cultural references against which to measure the virtue of individual values. And so the cultural identity would disintegrate. So they are interrelated, your personal values and your cultural values. So you must understand that what are your values. And so before you do that, you must write down your beliefs. So usually I tell my clients to write down top 5 beliefs you have. They could be beliefs in the form of, for instance, money is not good, I'm unworthy, I don't reach to my goals. Any of those, even if they're little, but you should not underestimate them. So write your beliefs, where are they coming from? I have always talked about so many beliefs in my past videos that you need to be very aware of them if you're trying to understand how you're going to move about in your life. Okay, so just go through one of those videos. I will put it in the description, that you must know your belief system very well. So write down any of those if you're still struggling with, okay? So unless you know them, how you're performing them in the culture, you would not be able to understand. So like I said, they're interdependent, correct? So write down your personal beliefs, and also those behaviors, where the influences are coming from. Are they coming from the culture, or they're coming from something else? So you'll get a more clarity on them. Okay. So next one, we'll talk about relative or absolute. So relative values differ between people, and on a larger scale between people of different cultures. So different people from different cultures have different values. You might have noticed it all your life, that people coming from different countries, people coming from different cultures, they have certain different values which are not in tune with your own self. So on the other hand, there are theories of existence of absolute values, which can also be termed nominal values, I could say. So they should not be confused with the mathematical absolute values. An absolute value can be described as a philosophy, absolute and independent of an individual and the cultural values, as well as independent of whether it is known or apprehended or not. So, absolute value is a different value where it should be independent of any cultural values, any uh, values which you feel that you're getting influenced from. So, it should not be get confused. So, absolute is all about you. Okay, so you should keep that in mind. So, when you're writing these, we should be very careful how you relate to them. Okay, so next one we'll talk about intrinsic or extrinsic. This is also a very important one. So philosophic value may be split into instrumental value and intrinsic values, right? An instrumental value is worth having as a means towards getting something else that is good. A radio instrumentally is good in order to hear a music, correct? So if you, like, any tool you use to enhance your own value could be looked at as instrumental value, like a pen you write with, correct? So you're using the pen to write it on notepad. So that could be seen as an instrumental value. An intrinsically valuable thing is worth for itself, not as a mean to do something else. Okay, it is giving the value intrinsic and extrinsic properties, right? So when you write down with the pen on your notepad, so of course it is giving a value to the extrinsic value as well, because you're writing it down so somebody can read it. So it is believed that they behave both ways, intrinsically and extrinsically values. So I hope you get a clarity before you sit down and you write everything. You need to have the clarity on this, okay? So these are the different types of values you should be focused at this point of time. So passions. So think about your passions and interests. What activities make you excited and fulfilled? Now please pay attention to the word fulfilled, because most of the people, they just look at the passion just from the aspect of feeling excited and being joyful, but not fulfilled. What gives you a sense of purpose? Now, when you talk about purpose, it definitely comes after what is fulfilling to you. That's why I said that. And what is the drive, right? Like some people have a drive to do charities in the world. Some people have drive to help some other people from other countries. Some people have drive to help somebody at the hospitals. So there should be a drive behind it. And then once you have that, that means you have the purpose also fulfilling along with it. A passion is a term used to denote strong and intractable or barely controllable emotion or an inclination with respect to a particular person or a thing. So you must understand passion is a very strong emotion. It is not that emotion that you can overcome easily. So just see what is the strong emotions you are getting over the period of time if you still have not found out what is your true passion. Okay, so just pay attention to what you're really drawn to, and that emotion, even if you try hard to overcome, you are not being able to overcome. So pay attention to that. For instance, you like a movie. So if you keep repeating watching that movie, so pay attention to what is in that movie which is you are getting attracted to. Anything you like to do. For instance, you like to do, let's say, walking. So pay attention to what is the emotion behind it. So you will get your answers there. So I always tell people, when you're trying to find out or discover your passion, you have to be very, very mindful, because you have to see, people get confused it with joyful activities, their desires, like they love to do something, they want to do something. Passion is a very different emotion altogether. Okay, so like I said, it's an uncontrollable emotion, which is a, you know that this is something in you, this is a part of you, and you'll be drawn to it again and again. So pay attention when you're trying to find out your passion. So take some time, or become more aware of it, in other words. Strengths. This is one of my favorite ones, by the way. Strengths and the weaknesses generally refer to a person's character. Now, what are your really strengths? What do you really stand for? What do you believe in? Like personal beliefs, we talked about your personal values. So your strengths are what? You could be a good speaker, or you could be a good writer, you could be a doctor, you could be from any profession, right? Often a strength can be a weakness, and vice versa. A weakness can be strength. So to work on your strengths, you need to know, uh, like, how far can you go till they don't become your weaknesses. Okay, so you have to keep working on your strengths. What are you naturally good at? So there's something like I think everybody has it, what you're naturally good at. Sometimes you might not be able to find it, you might not be able to discover it till the later part of the years, but there's something about you unique. You have your own blueprint which you're really good at. What skills and talents do you possess? So again, you're talking about in detailed discovery about yourself. Understanding your strengths will help you to align your mission with your unique abilities. So why this is also very important, because unless you know your strengths, you will not be able to, if you're trying to figure out your purpose in life, you will not be able to figure it out so easily, because you have not been able to know more working from your place of strengths. Okay, so you need to find out, like, what are your strengths and how you can work with them, so that you are able to move towards your purpose, if that is what you're planning to do in your life. Last but not the least, I feel, a goal or the goals. A goal is, or objective is, an idea of the future. So goal is nothing about the present, right? So goal is always about the future, or desired result that a person or a group of people envision, plan, or commit to achieve. People endeavor to reach goals within finite time by setting deadline. Again, I have talked a lot about in my videos, like, if you have a goal and if you have not set a deadline or at the end date, it doesn't matter. You have to have, that is the most important thing. You should have it in your mind, like, this is this end date when I should be able to achieve it, because your mind works like that, right? So it's better to have a start date and an end date, but in case if you're not able to have a start date, I mean, you need to have for sure the end date whenever you're working with your goals. Okay, so I've talked about the science behind it, like how your mind works. So I'll put the video in the description as well, where you can see why your end date and your goals is absolute important. Also, always see that when you're trying to achieve your goals, are you following I have so many videos, I talked about the guidelines, the proper signs, that when you're trying to achieve your goal, are you doing all those, kind of steps or not? Okay, so goals are very important. They have their signs of their own, how to achieve your goals, and how you can achieve a goal and be successful in it. So you would try to understand why every step you need to have when you're trying to achieve your goal in your life. And then, of course, we are talking goals, we are talking about the future. So where do you see yourself in the future? What impact do you want to make in the world? You should be able to answer that, because now you in the previous slides, we talked all about the purpose, the passion, and we talked about your strengths. So you should be able to figure out by now, if you're working on it to find out what is going to be very fulfilling for you and what's going to be your personal mission statement. And be bold and dream big. Okay, so don't when you're writing your mission statement or your personal mission statement or your business statement, don't underestimate that you cannot achieve anything. Don't undervalue yourself. Okay, so you can always write and you can always revisit it after a few months. So that's why it's important to write your personal mission statement. So it's okay to put a realistic goal. That's fine, but you can always come and change it. So don't have to shy away that if you write something big and it's not going to be doable. Okay, so don't feel shy about that. All right, so goals are very important as well. So what are the key points? VPSG. So what are those? So your values, your passions, your strengths, and your goals, and start crafting your mission statement. Okay, so take all these points and try to go in details, find out where you are at. If you already have some, that's great. But if you need to work on all of them, your VPSGs, please go ahead and do it. Use concise and meaningful language to describe your purpose. So you must have some kind of, when I tell people to write a mission statement, most of them, they get confused. And I tell them, give yourself some time. If you're able to find your purpose, that's what I'm saying, you be very concise when you're writing something meaningful, something other than just doing your regular job or business. If you are getting into writing your personal mission statement, okay, remember your mission statement should be a reflection of who you truly are, correct? And what you aspire to do. It should inspire you, motivate you, and guide you through life challenges. Okay, so you can write anything in your personal mission statement. Anything you think, anything you like, anything who is trying to do something in life in a way that is more meaningful for you. Okay, so here we are talking about all meaningful stuff, correct? All fulfillment. So these are the words which should come to your mind. What is more meaningful to me? What is more fulfilling to me? Is that going to impact people? So this is what we are trying to get it over here. Okay. All right. So with that, I'll end the session, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are able to write your personal mission statement now, because that's really going to help you in all areas of your life and achieve anything you want, and of course overcome any challenges you might have in the future or in the present as well. All right, so please don't forget to press bell icon and like button, and share some comments, and do share this video for somebody who's looking forward to write their personal mission statement, or they might get some valuable tips from this. Okay, and also visit my website if you want to contact me, which is going to be www.geetadubey.com. and last but not the least, please do subscribe to my channel. I'll be back again with more business growth and life and motivational tips. So hope to see you in my next video, and you all have a wonderful day.